I've seen a couple people do a video like this where they talk about the unspoken problem on YouTube that is reading pressure and having unpopular opinions or opinions at all. And it's a problem that needs to be addressed and talked about way more than it is. Because it's like, in my opinion, oh, here we go, I have opinions already. In my opinion, it is a really big problem on BookTube. And it keeps BookTube from being humble and a safe space. So, if you don't understand, let me explain. There is an unspoken pressure on, not in BookTube only, but in life, that you have to read certain books, certain series, things that are popular, yada yada. You know which ones I'm talking about. You already have some in your mind. And then you have to like certain books, certain series, certain things that everybody else likes. You just have to. You don't have a choice. You can't not like them. You'll get murdered if you don't like them. So it's a problem. And I am a girl with such unpopular opinions. I love criticizing. I just love hating in general. Not for the sake of being like a shitty person, but I like trying really hard to see the flaws in something because I think there's always room for improvement. And I think if we just label a book as great, it's perfect, nothing needs to be changed, then books kind of are gonna suck. Because where it's specifically this generation, books are basically clones. I'm surprised we haven't found 2 books that are the exact same and just nobody's noticed. I'm surprised that hasn't happened yet, to be perfectly honest. Anyway, I'm rambling. Let me tell you a life story. As a kid, I was not a reader. I was not ready to read. I knew it would be someday, obviously, but I knew it wasn't then. And everybody was like, you have to read, you have to read. And aside from school that was like, you do have to read, there was this pressure between my friends that I had to read certain books. And one of those books was Harry Potter, obviously. Everybody was like, you have to read it. And yeah, I didn't read it as a kid. I've read it as an adult, and I haven't finished the series. I've read the first 2 books, and I'm struggling with a 3rd one. Because I'm too old for them. Like, I've seen booktubers who read them at my age or older, and they get it. They like it. And I'm not going to say it's a bad book. I'm just saying I would have liked it a lot more if I was younger. But when I was younger, there was so much hype for it. And my expectations were just too high, and I just wanted to wait for them to lower. And obviously they didn't. The hype for Harry Potter will never die down. And, so I got to a point where I was seeing spoilers, and I was just like, okay, I guess I'll just read it. And I did. And sure enough, I was too old for it. And I have a hard time connecting with the characters, and I see things from an adult perspective over a child's perspective. Another book that I genuinely didn't like, and I've seen a couple booktubers actually talk about this, I just didn't like it. Why? Because it wasn't for me. I'm not a huge fan of Greek mythology. I'm not a huge fan of Percy Jackson as a dude. I don't like him. I think he's just not not a person I would associate with in real life, you know what I mean? And, a lot of people almost got mad at me for not liking books that it's a lot to like. Like, apparently that's a thing now. Especially with Harry Potter. Because people just assumed I liked it when I read it. Nobody actually asked me if I liked it. The first thing people would ask me when I started reading it is, what house are you in? I didn't pick a house. Why would I pick a house? I'm not a wizard. I'm a Slytherin, though. Could you tell? But, even that people are like, you can't do that. It's like, who says I can? Who says it's a bad thing? Like, have you really gotten to the point where things have become written in stone for you that you can't, think for yourself? And Harry Potter is not a bad book. It's not a bad series. It is good. But it's taken to a degree where I know YouTubers who, if they were to say that, they would, there would be a riot in their comment section. And I don't know when BookTube went from being this, like, place of making friends to a place where you don't feel safe to speak your mind. I don't think that's okay. I don't think that's how it should be, and I don't think people should just pretend it's not happening. Because I've seen a couple people make videos on this, and they do a good job, and I'm so proud of them for making that video. But at the same time, you can see that they're scared to make that video. And I'm just tired of having to watch unpopular opinion book tags and have disclaimers that are like, these are my opinions. Do not get upset. Do not get offended. I'm not bashing your book. Obviously, nobody's bashing your book. Nobody's ever going to bash your book. Stop worrying about that. That's that you can't constantly think people are just hating on the books you love. And, you know, who's to say that your opinion on that book will never change? Like, I have tons of favorite books that if someone were to change my opinion on it, I wouldn't be mad about it. I wouldn't be like, no, I lost my favorite thing. It's like, no. There's so many books out there. Why do you have to have these ones just so close to you? And the unpopular opinion book tag, I think, is where people could start to see that there was a problem. Not just because of disclaimers, but because people did get shit for telling their opinions. You know, I saw a lot of YouTubers that was like, oh, you are one of those people that, just like me, maybe doesn't like Percy Jackson or hasn't read Harry Potter. It's always those two things. And you could tell that they're scared. And that's not okay. It's not good to have this entire community where, you know, the members are afraid of other members or the viewers just for having an opinion. On that note, I don't know. I'm a very critical person, so I take criticism very well. I don't think words could really, you know, I've heard it all. I don't really care. If somebody's like, I love Harry Potter, how dare you? I'm not going to be the last person you're going to meet that doesn't like Percy Jackson or hasn't read Harry Potter. And it's okay. It's not the end of the world if somebody doesn't love the books you love. And you should, I don't know, I'm not saying people should start trying to be critical, but they shouldn't just, I don't know, it's almost like people are like sheep, where they're like, well, I've gotten bullied for not bullied, but like, you know, I've lost friends for, not lost friends, but like, I've gotten fights with friends over Harry Potter. And it's ridiculous. It shouldn't be like that. That's way too over the top. We need to tone it down a little bit. It's become a dangerous zone now where people are scared for their lives and they're disabling comments. And I get it, it's the internet. You're gonna have a lot of hate. But when it's the majority of comments, that's a problem. And I love that BookTube has become this thing of unpopular opinions. I love that people are finally speaking out about it, that they're no longer like, I'm doing a book review on this book, I love it. I'm tired of seeing that. I see so many fake reviews where I notice they're avoiding giving criticism to the book, even though it's like a 4 or 3 or maybe even a 2-star read. I want to see criticism. Criticism is not bad. It just means that the book could be better, and there's nothing bad with that. And there are books out there that do deserve, like, those 5 stars, you know? And people, like, all the time I'm like, this is a 6-star book, because the books that are 5 stars are just, like, they're good, you know? They're not, like, blowing my socks off. I don't know, now I'm rambling. But you get my point. And I just think, it's awful. I think it's just taken such a 180 that we're just not safe in this community that's supposed to be, like, one of the safest communities.